I am so excited to give you an update of how our school year is going for 2025-2026. This is our 9th year homeschooling, and I'm only homeschooling my 2nd grader. Hi, welcome to Schulte Sweetie's Homeschool YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie, and I'm a mom of 3 girls, ages 14, 10, and 8. And like I said, this is all about how our homeschool year is going so far. We are about 2 months in, and I'm just sharing kind of an update. I'm going to go through a lot of the curriculum and just give you an update on just how things are going. I do give monthly updates typically, and so I've shared some in there, but I'm going to go through pretty much everything that I have that I talked about using and what we are using and if we've made any changes. This video is a collaboration hosted by Devine at Calm in the Chaos and Shauna at Homegrown Homeschool, and I will link their channels as well as a playlist down below, so you go check out other moms and see how their school year is going. I always love all these videos to hear about curriculum and add more to my list. So first things first, like our school year is actually going really well, and I've been really impressed with like how well she's doing. There's some days she fights back, like she doesn't want to do something, but she really, a lot of times I'm like, okay, we're gonna buckle down, we're gonna get this done, and then maybe we'll take a break, you can play. And she plays so well by herself. I love it. So I've been able to get things done around the house, or I also have a part-time job that I work from home, and so I'm able to get a couple hours in sometimes during the school day. So I love that. I love that she's just kind of works hard and then she gets it done so she can do her other things. Our days are very kind of limited because I do have to drop off my girls in the morning at public school and then pick them up again in the afternoon. And so we do have a kind of a strict schedule unless like my mom helps me with picking up. But that actually is good, I think. It kind of limits our day. And she usually will wake up with her sisters, and so she's awake. She's tired during the day some because she does not take a nap or anything, but she wakes up with her sisters. But then she usually stays home because my husband works from home, so she stays home when I take them in the morning and kind of relaxes for a little bit. And then almost every morning, unless like we have to go run an errand or if like she has co-op and things, but other than that, we typically play a couple games every morning. I just like, I'm gonna make the time. Her schooling doesn't take long, and I know if we don't do those games in the morning, then we wouldn't probably get them in the afternoon because sometimes things are rushed. And so I really try to make a point that we get games in the morning. She usually does like 2 to 3 games every morning. So that's what we do. It has gone so much better than I expected. I made a video a while ago about what I thought our schedule would be like, but that was a video that I created the schedule with the mindset that I still had 2 or more homeschooling kids. I never expected that our schedule would be so quick. Like I said, we do games. We typically will do either like science and history. Sometimes we start with that. Otherwise, sometimes we'll just go straight to like math and language arts stuff. And then in the afternoon, we do the opposite. Typically, sometimes I try to get it all done in the morning, but if she's really wanting to play or something needs a break, I give it to her, and then after lunch we'll pick up with a couple of other things. I am gonna go ahead and go through like our curriculum. I have most of it here, I think, so I just like to see things like this, so hopefully you do too. And so I'm just gonna go through kind of all of our curriculum that either I picked or that we've switched to. Just keep in mind, this is a lot for a 2nd grader, but like this is our 9th year of homeschooling and kind of got it down with what we do. And we do not do all of this every day, but it's just some of the things that I have on hand. Some of it's actually just like once a week, and some of it we haven't even picked up yet. Apologia math going great. We have gone through more lessons. She is very close, I mean probably about 20 lessons or so away from finishing this. We already have level 3 ready to go. No complaints. She's just been doing so great with this, and we really like it. Mathematical reasoning, and we have not actually picked this up. This is a grade 2 as well. We haven't really picked this up. I might be picking this up a little bit more as we get through some of our like learning goals that we have to do for our public virtual school. Might not be hit with our Apologia Math 2 or 3. It just kind of depends. Sometimes we just have to do certain things like, I don't know, geometry and some of those things. And sometimes those lessons don't come in enough time for us to finish out the year and everything. So if that's the case, then we'll just pick up some different lessons in here. But I don't really use this too often unless we just need a break or something like that. Mind benders. So I did mention that she was like zooming through this. I got this, I don't know, probably toward the end of the last year, and I was like, oh, she probably can't do this. It's level 3 for grades 3 through 6. And she got so far, but then the puzzles started getting really hard like this, and it's just been very hard for us to get through this. So I started looking for more like puzzle books like this, but not mind benders, because I think they just kind of go in order. So I did find Logic Safari, and we have been working through this, but she doesn't seem as eager to go through this. I don't know if it's just like the stories are kind of too much, or I don't know what it is. Maybe she's just kind of burnt out, but we have not really picked this one up too much. I have left it in the car because I will share, I leave a few things in the car each day, because if she does come with me in the afternoons for pickup, we usually have to sit for about a half an hour waiting, and I can't handle it if she's sitting there with nothing to do. So sometimes she'll pick this up. Sometimes we'll do some reading. Like today we did some reading from our science. So she also typically, I have been leaving her handwriting, which I will talk about in a minute. I've been leaving that in the car as well, and she will sometimes do multiple pages in a row, and that has never been the case really for her wanting to do handwriting. So I'm happy because that is something that she can really work on, and so that's what we're doing for that. So moving on to All About Reading. So she did finish level 1. She only had a little bit longer to do for level 1, and so we have started level 2. We are so motivated, I guess, this year. And so Tuesdays we don't really do much schoolwork because that is the day that we have co-op, and then she has speech, and it's just kind of a crazy day. But I have been really trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do All About Reading. Friday, I don't have us do it. We do other things, but she has really taken to this and is doing well. We typically get a lesson done a day, and so we are already I think we've done 12 lessons already in here. So I was like, goodness, like if we keep at this pace, like I could see us, I don't know if before Christmas, but probably shortly after January, February, we could probably start level 3. So I'm not gonna push it, but like I'm gonna just keep going at her pace, but I'm still trying to keep us motivated. I've been really happy. She has made such great progress with reading, so I am really happy with this. I already have levels 3 and 4, so that would be great if she finished, relatively soon so we can move on. On to handwriting. My plan, so she was kind of apprehensive with handwriting last year, and she struggles some with making it look clean and everything. So my plan was actually to have her do Draw Right Now and add it into her composition notebook. That was not the case of what she was like. She loved these last spring, and when we started the school year, no, she did not want to do those. I was like, oh, lovely, because I bought more and everything. So I was like, well, we got to do something with your handwriting because you need to work on that. So we just went back to The Good and the Beautiful. I was not planning on it, but that's kind of what she was more drawn to. Of course, it was like the one level of PDF that I didn't have, and so I got that. But like I said, she just keeps us in the car a lot of times now, and she's been really working on it and doing a great job, and I can really tell a difference that she's really trying hard. Partly because, so she has actually, today, every once in a while, she just really wants to write in here, and I've just kind of decided to let her go and kind of lead it. If she wants my help of, like, if she asks me to write it, I would write it. But I kind of encouraged her to, like, at least, my idea was each quarter to have her write at least one more sentence in it and then get up to a paragraph, kind of work her stamina. But she has really, like, the last couple times she has written in it and done it. One time she just kind of went for it and just did her own thing, and I just let her. Today, when she was writing in it, she wrote a whole story about Bluey, the cartoon, and she was asking me, and then she was also correcting herself, like knowing that the beginning of a sentence needs to be capitalized. She was punctuating, asking me for spelling help, and I was giving it to her, but I was so excited. So I'm just gonna kind of let her continue to lead in this direction, but I was really happy with this progress today. I do have some other resources that I'm going to share with you of what I can help work with her for writing, but at this point I'm like not really going to push it too much. I'm kind of still easing into school a little bit. I don't want to overwhelm her. We are doing Plaid Phonics. This is kind of like in place of Explode the Code, and honestly, I don't love this, and I can't even pinpoint it, but I feel like sometimes it's just too much. I feel like we maybe need to, I actually do skip a lot of pages in here, and we kind of do things that I want her to do. We haven't done it every day. Explode the Code was something she did daily on her own. I feel like I need to sit with her more on this. I don't know. I do have some of the Explode the Codes. We might go back to that, although she kind of was like, no, she doesn't want to. But I do have this, and so we use it some, but I also have so many other like workbook type things that I'm not like, oh, we need to use this. And I just found this from Teachers Pay Teachers. Maybe it's just me, but I get these like ads on Facebook all the time of different Teachers Pay Teachers things for different things, and it got me this time. But I was really excited to find, and she already cut a page out, but this is Fluency Sentence Pyramids, and so I'm going to show you one that she hasn't done yet. So it just kind of goes through and the say and write, and it shows how the mouth is supposed to be. She's like, is this part of my speech? And I said, no, it's not part of your speech, but hey, it's helpful. So shows you how like your mouth position should be for saying that. So this is short I, and then it has the words, and it sounds it out, and they can color those things. And then it has like a pyramid thing that they're gonna read. Kind of, I think The Good and the Beautiful has that as well. Then this is write and read. So they're gonna write a sentence here. Sometimes they might paste something, like cut and paste a sentence. And then they draw the text, so then they can draw something. So it's kind of using a bunch of different ways to go about this. So that's pretty much how every other page is or so. So I'm not planning to use this every day, but here and there, once or twice a week, add in some extra fluency, especially some of these sounds like, so we got A-U, A-W, A-L, and I thought that would be helpful. There's some different sounds in here that I'm like, this might be good, especially since she still struggles with speech. As far as spelling, so she had the choice between Evan Moore Daily Spelling, Building Daily Spelling Skills, I can never remember what this is called, and Spelling Workout, and she chose this. But this has been something that like I've almost dreaded picking up, and I don't mind this curriculum necessarily, but it's just been kind of more busy work and hasn't felt like natural with her. And I'm like, I don't know. I was really debating about this. Like, it's not been bad, but it's not been something that we love picking up either. She was so excited for her first spelling test, and she got a good grade, got 100 on it, but I'm like, I don't know, we just haven't really loved it. So I got to thinking, and you're gonna probably laugh at me because I made a video about a bunch of spelling, and this was one, but I have still had the All About Spelling, the colored level. I actually have the black and white level too, but we started this with my middle daughter when when it first came out, like a year or two ago. And I think she was too advanced for level 1. She had some basic spelling skills. She struggled a lot, but I started her with level 1 because I thought we were supposed to, and we were bored and we didn't love it, and I didn't have everything prepped, and so it was just like a chaotic mess. And so I thought about it a little more and I was like, this might be a great tool. We use All About Reading. She's doing well with it. And I think that adding in All About Spelling with her might be helpful. So I had to get a new student book, but we did start one lesson so far. So this is still fresh and it might not work for us after all, but I'm going to give it a chance and I think that it might be a good fit for us. I don't know. She seemed eager to do at least the first lesson. It's not as overwhelming to me as it was like, I don't know. I definitely did not do things the right way when I tried it the first time. I was just like, I was overwhelmed with all of the cutting out and things because I didn't prep. So I have prepped the student book. Now it's all in a binder, nice and neat. So hopefully that will help us going forward. Now, moving on to grammar. So I had high hopes and I was so excited for Grammar Galaxy, and honestly, I still really like it. What we didn't like about this is the story, and I know that's a big part of this, but the story to us, it's like all about the space and everything, and it was just kind of too much. She just didn't quite understand the story, so then it was frustrating her. And she was like, and she was worried about things. So what we've done, and so far it's working out okay. And I really like the workbook type, the mission manual that Grammar Galaxy has. And so we have continued through with like the workbook, the mission manual, and just do it without reading. And so it's actually taken one thing off of my plate. And we do this about on Fridays and do like a whole lesson in there, like it's several pages, but it does not take us that long. So we do that and move on. And it's been nice. We do also have this Success with Grammar from Scholastic and have been using that. Very basic, like some multiple choice questions, some fill in the blanks, some writing sentences. It's not a whole lot, but I feel like between the two of them, she's getting basic grammar that she needs. Like no big crazy thing, but it works. So some of the extras, I think I've shared before, like some of the extra workbooks, and we are not using these every day. I haven't even added in some of these things, but typically on Friday is kind of when I change things up and do a little bit different language arts since we're not doing All About Reading on that day. And so I have like word ladders still. Probably will pick that up a little bit more since we're not doing the spelling anymore, and maybe not the plaid phonics. I don't know. I also have 240 vocabulary words kids need to know. Another Scholastics. I really like Scholastics lately. That's my go-to instead of like Evan Moore and Spectrum. Like I'm really picking up Scholastic. So I have this, and we haven't done this at all, but I really think I might pick this up pretty soon. I also have like a highlights reading and writing book that I found somewhere. I have another writing book. I also have Evan Moore writing sentences. And then also, I still have Language Smarts from the Critical Thinking Company. This is still grade 1, but we have a lot of pages in here we didn't do. And I think that we could really easily add these in as well. So that is a lot of the language arts that we are not doing every day. Definitely not just like here and there when I pick them up. But this is one thing that I had talked about wanting to add in, and I remembered that I already had this. We used it a little bit a couple years ago with her sister, and we have really been enjoying this. We've done about 2 lessons, I think, in here, plus some of the free lessons that Rabbit Trail provides. Like we did Johnny Appleseed and a fall one. So definitely check out Rabbit Trails. We have been really enjoying it. We don't go on all the rabbit trails, but I do try to find a few books to go along with it, whether it's on YouTube or at the library, and just do the craft or hands-on thing if we can, and have a lot of fun with it. And I kind of go through the lesson. Usually there's like a language arts lesson on there as well. Moving on into Bible, we have not really done very well with Bible. I had all these plans to do this Picture Smart Bible, and I think it's just like so intimidating. I need to just actually pick it up and do it with her. I think she would have fun with it, but we have not done any of it yet. We have read some in here, but we have not been that great. We were starting to do a morning time and it just kind of fizzled. So some of my extra reading time fizzled out as well. Moving on to science, we have finished dinosaurs, and I think I mentioned that the first week in here with the audio, she was like, oh goodness, with little hearts and hands. It was on the app, and she's like, I don't know if I like this, and I was like, oh great, we're gonna have to find a whole new science for this year, whole new plan, but it has worked out really well since then. We had a lot of fun learning about dinosaurs. She did some like a little fossil dig thing at our house. She set up a little dinosaur museum exhibit with her play dinosaurs. We had a lot of fun, but now we're moving on into like rocks and minerals, and so I've been trying to do like fun things with that as well. We have like one of the little activity books from The Good and the Beautiful. I've also gotten like things like this as like a sticker book. We have a game, and so I'm really trying to build that up like I did with dinosaurs as much as possible. It's kind of hard. But I did also get this recently. I think I'm actually going to leave this in the car maybe for her to do sometimes for pickup time when we are bored. And then we have been reading also the first Zoe and Sassafras. We have not done this yet, but I have found some free printables. I'm going to do a video about some of the free things that I've been finding lately. But I found some free printables off of Teacher Pay Teachers. So we're going to do that with Zoe and Sassafras, which in just a second I will talk about the books that we've been reading. So we have this nature study, and my plan is, she picked out ocean, but my plan was to like work through ocean with this nature school book, and then this is like a notebooking thing with it from Daily Skill Building, and we have not started this yet. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. We might when on Fridays. I try to switch things up, but we just haven't squeezed it in yet. Me on the Map, we've done a couple lessons. We had already kind of done a few lessons in here, and we've kind of stopped at like where we stopped before. I just need to move on with this, and this is kind of a Friday thing as well. We have beginning geography. I use this with her sisters, but it's like, I feel like she's more advanced than this right now. Like we've done some different basic map skills, but I need to move on from the map skills to keep going. Because there's some really great things in here about like landforms and like oceans and different things that I want to make sure she knows. And then moving on to history, we are doing Beowulf's Early American History for little kids. This is like the like adventure book and stuff. We have a schedule as well. We read in here. She does like the copy work typically, some cutting and pasting in here. And then we do read some extra books, maybe watch some videos, do some extra things. We don't do tons of extras because she's still young, but we do add in some extra books and things. I also added in this from Love at Home Education. It's History Kids. It's about Liberty Kids, but I don't know, like I was so excited for this, but we watched the first episode and she really struggled with understanding what was going on. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep going through that like before and just keep going, or if we're gonna take a pause for this. But I wanna, like we're doing early American history, so it's like perfect timing, so. And then the last thing is a huge surprise for our curriculum. I was nervous about starting this, but we finished the first unit and we love it. It's been so much fun. It's so easy to implement. It looks very similar to The Good and the Beautiful, like language arts, but it's just so pretty and fun. It adds in art, it adds in some culture and things, adds in a little reader. It has the audio. It's great. We have really loved it. Already moving on to the second one. She loves the little songs. And then we've been in co-op, and that's going great. She's taking like a space science, story elements, and PE. I help with like a middle school and a high school class, and it's been a lot of fun helping with that. And then she is doing an art club once a week as well, and she's really enjoying that, being with other kids. Some are homeschooled and some are public schooled. Like I said, we finished a few books. A couple of them were Unicornia books. She's really on a kick with Unicornia. We are currently reading a Zoe and Sassafras. We did also finish one of the Magic Tree House books. So that's kind of how our year so far is going. We are having a lot of fun just schooling together. I can't wait to hear how others are doing and how it's going. Let me know how your school year is going down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day.